The source Football 365 reported that Real Madrid has received an offer worth $150 million, approximately $128.6 million, from Liverpool for midfielder Federico Valverde of the Spanish royal team. If Federico Valverde moves to Anfield with that colossal fee, he will become Liverpool's most expensive player of all time, as well as the Premier League's most expensive player to date. But regardless of whether or not that staggering $150 million fee goes through, we all have to acknowledge that the Uruguayan player is one of the standout midfielders in Europe in recent seasons. If there's something to be said about Federico Valverde's special qualities, it's undoubtedly his versatility. He can play in almost any position on the field and always gives his all regardless of the tactics employed. So why is Federico Valverde, the young South American eagle, able to play so versatilely? Throughout much of his career at Real Madrid, Federico Valverde has played in midfield or acted as a false winger, a rather unconventional position, isn't it? However, this will be explained later, as he has also played as a wing-back or attacking midfielder during transitions. In fact, Federico Valverde even had a season playing as a deep-lying midfielder in the 2019-2020 season, where his defensive abilities were key in helping Real Madrid win La Liga. Looking at Federico Valverde's heat maps in recent seasons, his versatility on the pitch is evident. He operates predominantly in the right-wing corridor, but also frequently occupies other positions on the field. Returning to the season where Federico Valverde emerged as one of the top players, that was the 2021-2022 season. It was a season where he played a crucial role in Real Madrid's Champions League campaign, culminating in an assist for Vinicius's decisive goal in the final. Federico Valverde's versatility is one of the biggest assets for the team during that season. The Uruguayan primarily operated as a false right winger alongside Karim Benzema and Vinicius, forming a front three in attack. This allowed him to provide support to the final third of the opponent's field, while the Uruguayan midfielder also provided more assured defensive cover on the right flank, especially compared to Vinicius on the opposite wing. He was ready to drop back and cover for right-back Dani Carvajal when executing defensive duties. Furthermore, Federico Valverde's positional flexibility allowed Ancelotti to interchange between systems during matches. The coach could deploy him in a 4-3-3 formation as a winger or as a midfielder in a 4-4-2 setup. And how did he maintain such abundant energy? In matches, training regimes and diet played a crucial role. Federico Valverde's position on the field typically involved constant high-intensity movement, often during team-shaped transitions. Therefore, in training, he focused heavily on improving speed and endurance. In 2020, according to statistics from AS, he was Madrid's fastest player, reaching speeds of up to 35.1 km/h, surpassing even sprinters like Vinicius, Carvajal, Mendy, or Gareth Bale. Particularly in Real Madrid's training sessions, Federico Valverde often used a VO2 mask like other players, a technique that helps maintain low oxygen levels, forcing players to breathe more, thus increasing lung capacity. This tool also enhanced Valverde's performance and intensity in situations requiring him to push his limits. Simply put, it helped him become accustomed to executing high-speed bursts even when fatigue had set in. Federico Valverde's dietary plan is as dynamic as his performance on the football field, focusing on providing energy for his body to achieve optimal state. Federico Valverde adheres to a comprehensive and balanced eating habit. His breakfast typically consists of a balanced mix of carbohydrates, protein, and healthy fats to kickstart the day. Lunch includes a variety of dishes containing protein, whole grains, and plenty of vegetables. Dinner is usually light but nutritious to curb late-night cravings. Additionally, Federico Valverde incorporates snacks throughout the day to provide energy for more effective training sessions. With abundant physical stamina, Federico Valverde can play in various roles, thanks to his excellent balance of skills. Whether it's providing attacking support, passing, shooting, or tackling, this midfielder excels in all aspects. Especially in this season, when Kroos and Modric have faced issues with physical fitness and age, Federico Valverde has been utilized in a deeper midfield role. Yet he continues to perform well whenever he takes the field. This is the season where Real Madrid's number 15 boasts a remarkable 91% passing accuracy in La Liga, averaging 1.5 key passes per game and achieving a 60% success rate in duels. Moreover, he averages 1.2 interceptions, 1.4 tackles, and wins back possession 4.8 times per game. Looking at these statistics, we can see how comprehensive Federico Valverde is in his role as a midfielder in Real Madrid's style of play. Federico Valverde achieves this because he has an excellent tactical awareness. Don't just look at his running strides and assume that Federico Valverde only relies on his speed. Even when playing at a slower pace or when stationary, he always knows how to seek out teammates who are in space. And surely many Los Blancos fans still remember Federico Valverde's assist for his teammate Vinicius in the 2022 Champions League final against Liverpool. That was also evidence of his excellent vision and creative ability. In the current season, Real's number 15 has already racked up 7 assists, equaling the tally of Toni Kroos or Rafinha, placing him third in the ranking of players with the most assists in La Liga. Of course, when needed, he can also become a goal scorer from midfield to share the burden of scoring with his teammates. Last season, Ancelotti even said he would resign if any of his players couldn't score 10 goals for Real Madrid. And Federico Valverde didn't disappoint his mentor, scoring 12 goals across all competitions for Los Blancos. And, of course, long-range shots have become his trademark. Most recently, his shot with a speed of over 100 km/h, denying the opposition goalkeeper any chance to save it, in Real Madrid's 3-2 victory over Napoli in the Champions League, stands out. Federico Valverde's right foot is like a whip. When he strikes the ball, it flies like a cannonball, commented Javi Galán, the Guinness World Record holder for the fastest officially recognized shot in the world at 129 km/h, referring to Federico Valverde. And even this season, when asked to play deeper, Federico Valverde's only goal in La Liga so far also came from outside the penalty area. Possessing such rare qualities mentioned above, it's clear that Federico Valverde is one of the most highly rated midfielders of his generation and is sought after by many top clubs. But few know that the versatile Real Madrid player was once quite lazy and only wanted to play in the number 10 position. Looking back into the past, Pedromo, the coach of the youth team at Peñarol, who worked with Federico Valverde at the U15 level, was the one who discovered him as a midfielder. He took his young pupil around the pitch during training sessions to teach him about the movements of a midfielder, as well as how to support teammates, passing between the lines, and other concepts related to a player's position. However, Federico Valverde didn't enjoy constant running and simply didn't like it. The player born in 1998 only wanted to operate in the number 10 role and wander behind the forwards without any defensive responsibilities. One Saturday before the match against Deportivo Maldonado, Federico Valverde went to Peñarol and told the coach that he would be willing to do whatever he said and convinced him with his commitment. And so it was, when Federico Valverde's motivation grew and the environment became more competitive, his determination would help him strive even harder. Evidence of this is that few midfielders can just come up from Madrid's youth team and claim a starting spot in the lineup. And it's similar to what his former coach, Pedromo, remarked: there are no limits for him, and Federico Valverde is at a club where he will only get better because they demand that he constantly fights. And that's his mindset, always wanting to win everything. With all of this, Federico Valverde can go even further in the future, whether staying at Real Madrid or seeking new challenges. With his versatility and determined spirit, the Uruguayan midfielder can indeed create something truly special.